don't know if I've mentioned this on the show before, but one of these is my favorite player, and that happens to be the answer to this question. So get it right and get that VC.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So, welcome everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And for Brooklyn, they've got Joe Harris, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant, and it's Jordan in at the 5. Now, here is Harden. Playing Houston, he was nearly unstoppable. Tries it from 9. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Greg, a game like this, 2 offensive juggernauts going head-to-head. I mean, we're buckled in, ready to go.
I mean, listen, the rules favor offense in today's game. That's why league-wide scoring is on the rise. And I would expect we're going to see a bucket or 2 put forth tonight, Kevin.
No doubt. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And take a look at what he's been able to do at the free throw line. 82% more than acceptable.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Griffin's checked in.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
And Harden wide open. He shoots off the left rim and out. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
Well, that leadership from Lopez, wanting to get his guys involved with his passing ability.
Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
A fantastic dunk, and he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Over Holiday, and Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Irving. Harden's got 6.
Boy, not a bad beginning. 3 for 4 from the floor. Pretty good start.
DiVincenzo kicks to Giannis. Bucks passing it around. Here's Lopez. Pass to Antetokounmpo. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
Now, here is Harden. 6 points for him. It's hauled in by Giannis.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Harris with it. Now guarded by Giannis. Here's Irving. Good on the 13-footer.
Can't guard that. You can't guard that. Kyrie Irving is an all-star for a reason. Wow.
Holiday surveying the floor. Kicks it to Giannis. To the paint. Lopez inside, guarded by Jordan. Jordan with some nice D. In the corner, Irving with it. Harden dishes to Griffin. Harden the pass to Irving. Beyond the arc. Hits it from three-point range. Irving's got his second bucket tonight.
There's a marksmanship from Kyrie Irving. The lightning quick release. Boy, defender better have his hands up and ready.
To the inside. Middleton, a good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a three-point game. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the three-point line, and it worked to perfection.
Lopez, no luck.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Here's Irving. He trains the quick shot. Irving's got his third basket of the night right there.
Well, the ability to score at all three levels makes Kyrie Irving a near impossible check. Good luck, fellas.
Outside Holiday. Antetokounmpo dishes to Holiday. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Nets leading by 5. And the pass to Griffin. Feeds to Harris. Back to Griffin. Poked away. Stolen by Middleton. And here we go. The fast break with Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
It's just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
Harden against Holiday. Left side, Irving. Griffin. And Griffin stays with it.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Antetokounmpo finds Holiday. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
That shot is off. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. We recently caught up with Drew Holiday, who talked about some trouble.
Being able to go through adversity and come out.
And Greg, you feel like that pressure never really got to Holiday.
One of the toughest guards in the league, mentally and physically. He's a machine that just keeps on coming, no matter the circumstances.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets.
Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
Here's Craig, defended by Griffin. Here's Portis. The shot comes out. The Nets go the other way with it. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
Yeah, torrid shooting in that one. Some of it was good play calling. Some of it was just making tough shots.
Well, give credit to a couple of their guys for their complete locked-in nature. They were just focused, and they made everything they looked at.
It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket from Augustine.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Here's Harden. The rebound by the Bucks. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
Well, how about the job they got from their bench? That productivity was a major part of the outcome. Well, we've seen this one or two times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
And the foul on Joe Harris. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Here's Connaughton. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yep, I'm going to agree with you. Nets leading by 7. Here's KD. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, you see the assertiveness inside from Kevin Durant. He is so good at finishing in different ways.
Augustine passes to Portis. Green with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. KD's shot is off. Bucks trail by 9. And Forbes has it in the corner. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Torrey Craig. Chris Middleton comes in for Bryn Forbes. And it's Drew Holiday in for Augustine. And Durant is right there. Durant's got 6 points in the quarter.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Holiday, the pass to Portis. Outside Holiday. Here's Connaughton. He's covered by Shamet. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And KD throws it down.
How about the body control Kevin Durant has? My goodness gracious, takes the punishment and makes the shot anyway.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Irving's checked in. Milwaukee also making some changes. Lopez comes in for Portis, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Pat Connaughton. Giannis with it. Now Green defending in the corner. Middleton with it. He feeds it to Lopez. That shot off. Some solid defense there from KD. Here's Irving. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Down by 12.
And that move has become second nature for Giannis. Once he establishes position, game over.
Holiday against Irving. Launches it. Cans it from downtown. Irving's got 10 points in the game.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
To the middle. Here's Lopez. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Well, the balance that Brook Lopez has on these kinds of finishes is really admirable. He doesn't allow the defense to alter his shot.
There's 31 seconds left in the second quarter. Irving against Holiday. Bucket is good. Irving's got the lead up to 13 now for the Nets.
Yeah, that's just the master of understanding pick and roll and how to develop a quality shot. Such a dangerous guy in those sets.
Giannis passes to DiVincenzo. The three from KD. Milwaukee with the rebound. Giannis has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. The clock runs out, and we're heading to half. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 12 points. Will Durant having to sit up. And that's a wrap.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. Brooklyn leading by 11. Here's Harden, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Harden's got 8 points.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
And Holiday kicks to Middleton. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Pass to Lopez. Stolen by Durant. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. And finished off by KD.
Well, drop the hammer, KD. How confident is this guy at the cup?
Holiday with it. Guarded now by Durant. And Antetokounmpo. Good D by Harden.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Durant, no good. Bucks trail by 15. Inside, here's Middleton. And no good that time. Some solid defense there from KD. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Guarded by Harden. Middleton the pass to DiVincenzo. Kicks it down to Middleton. Here's the three. Drills it from outside. Middleton's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And this is what Middleton does. Hit trades. He's one of the best in the league at helping his team space the floor.
Here's Harden. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Landry Shamet's checked in for the Nets.
And really, on top of all else Harden does for you at this end, he's a tremendous free throw shooter, around 85% for his career. Clutch. And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
So for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Blake Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Joe Harris. Here's Harden with the putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Augustine passes to Portis. Knocked away. Stolen by Harden. Griffin kicks to Shamet. No good on the three. Bucks trail by 17. Portis drives in. Craig passes to Portis. There's 1:54 left in the third quarter. Here's Connaughton. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Irving's checked in for James Harden. 1:49 left to play in the third. Shot clock at 2. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player. 3
terrific kids. You're right. A nice shot by Irving.
And we know this. When Kyrie Irving starts to get going on the offensive end, he's really tough to contain. An incredible scorer because you know he can hurt you from any area of the floor.
Augustine, no luck. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. 17-point lead, their biggest. Luwawu's shot is off.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Here's Connaughton. The shot, no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Here's Irving. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Down low. Back to Connaughton. There's 25 seconds left to play in the third. Shot clock at 6. Unloads from 13. And the shot no good, a bit short. Nets leading by 17. Here's Irving. Hands the 12-footer. Irving's got 16.
The cleverness, the fearlessness. Kyrie Irving outstanding at finding spots inside to capitalize from.
Here's Forbes. Banked in off the glass.
Well, there's an aggressive mentality in play. Work in close, find a way to score.
And so it's Brooklyn. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And there And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Kyrie Irving. Durant is out there with Harris. Then there's Green, and it's Brown in at the 2. So that's the Nets 5.
Well, nice job crashing the glass. You love to see that kind of effort.
To the paint, here's Holiday. Makes it off the glass.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
Irving for 3. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Here's Lopez. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Jeff Green picks one up.
Well, it's clear that Brook Lopez loves getting to the free throw line. He uses his length to pick up these kinds of opportunities.
James Harden, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Both free throws good from Lopez. Nets leading by 16. The 3 from Harden. Bangs home the trifecta.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Holiday dishes to Lopez. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. Back to Holiday. Kicks it down to Middleton. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
And just about every one of Middleton's shots is a smart one. Even from mid-range, he's not going to force anything.
Harden outside. From 17 feet out. It's hauled in by Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Holiday gets the bucket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Harden against Holiday, and that one good.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Bucks trail by 17. Here's Giannis. Middleton on the wing. That's tipped. Stolen by Durant. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And the Nets another 3.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Holiday goes in. Giannis inside. Harris is there. And they call an illegal screen here. And with the frequency of three-point shots skyrocketing, Greg, does the drastic change concern you? And should something be done to lessen the dependence these teams have on threes?
It's crazy. I mean, we're starting to see teams take more threes than 2s. You know, some have said maybe limit fouls on three-pointers to only 2 free throws. That might eliminate some of the flopping on those long-range attempts, but I really feel like this is the evolution of the game, and that 3 is going to be vital.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Harden against Holiday. Pass to Jordan. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. And so Giannis will bring it up for Milwaukee. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter.
Boy, the long arms of Kevin Durant twice on the pipes.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kyrie Irving.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Irving passes to Harris from deep. Rebound, Milwaukee. Here's DiVincenzo. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Out to Harris. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock.
Well, you can be a...
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. Guarded by Harden. Here's Connaughton. Count that one.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Harden with it from deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside? Wow.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your...
And so it's Brooklyn E.
team. I'm Brian, and I'm here to talk about Dark Matter. The most powerful cards you can get in my team. You can pick up the first 2K21 Dark Matter cards in the all-new Pantheon All-Star packs. This is your chance to collect
Coming right up, the Clippers taking... Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. A moment here now to see the numbers for Paul George.
And, guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Batum, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Ibaka in at the center filling out the middle. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the center position. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
Here's Batum, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And here's the fast break. Giannis leading the way. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Maybe the most highly skilled big man in our league. Giannis is also one of the most frequently fouled bigs in our game.
And both free throws good for Giannis. Now, here is George. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. Leonard kicks to George. Launches a three. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Here's Milwaukee now.
The homecoming for Paul George. Playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And it's Leonard. That time on the assist from Batum.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
And, guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' gain.
Antetokounmpo, count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And with his length and explosiveness, it's never a surprise to see Giannis get points on the offensive glass. Great nose for the ball.
Now, here's Batum. 9 points last game out. Middleton against Leonard. Back to George. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Outside Holiday. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Right there you see Holiday's toughness. Gets hit, able to maintain body control, finishes the play.
Leonard, the pass to Ibaka. The shot will not fall. Good D by Lopez. Here's Middleton, and the layup's good off the glass.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Now here's Leonard. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Wizards in Washington.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
Here's Beverley after the basket by Milwaukee. To the inside. Outside for Batum. Outside Leonard. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
Holiday, the pass to Middleton. Back to Holiday. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
First trip to the line for him here.
You know, when you look at his numbers this season, he's had a respectable number, 77%.
Every day, Holiday can be relied upon to bring focus, energy, toughness, and he's a terrific competitor.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Torrey Craig comes in for Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo.
Using his athleticism in the paint, Lou beats everyone to the punch.
And Holiday kicks to Forbes. Back to Holiday. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Clippers trail by 8. Outside Williams. Taken away by Holiday. And here we go, the Bucks running again. Here is Forbes. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Portis against Zubac. Portis, the pass to Connaughton. It's good.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
The shot's good from Kennard.
And give Sweet Lou credit. Turns down his own shot because his teammate has a better one.
Here's Holiday. And so it's Milwaukee heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it...
this game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Bucks. They've got Portis, and it's Craig in at the 4 slot. Williams inside, headed by Augustine, and stolen by Portis. Here's Craig, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Cutting his teeth in the Spurs system, Forbes has improved at keeping his eyes up and finding the open man.
Williams scanning the floor. Passes it to Kennard. Back to Williams. Chalk up 2 there. Williams has got his second bucket.
Because of his size, everyone tries to get physical with Lou, but he pays it no mind.
Lou Williams, so crafty, GA, just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
Clippers trail by 11. Outside Williams. Tries again, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
The Clippers shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. And midway through the season, some players going above and beyond. And Steve, is that contract year boost a myth or is it a real thing?
Hey, Kevin, it is a real thing. You see guys more focused. You see guys that's usually not on time. On that contract year, you see guys on their best behavior, and you see some of their best play on the court overall.
Leonard, the pass to Beverly. Zubac trying to break loose. Off target with his 3. Bucks leading by 11. Here's Augustine. It's hauled in by Beverly. For Los Angeles, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And it's sent back by Lopez. Augustine from outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, not a fan of moral victories, but that game in a lot of ways was a confidence booster for them because they really didn't have it that night and yet still had a chance.
It's a testament to their character. They never gave up and fought their way back into it. They have to be happy with that at least.
And Middleton kicks to Augustine. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Drew Holiday, he's checked in for Augustine. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. So it's the Bucks now. Middleton right side. Giannis outside. And there's the pass to Lopez. Lays it up off the glass. Lopez has got the lead up to 11 now for Milwaukee.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Beverly, the pass to George. Misses the 3. And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. DiVincenzo finds Holiday. Back to DiVincenzo. Pass to Holiday. It's deflected. Batum with the steal. Lob pass to George. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
Antetokounmpo passes to DiVincenzo. To the middle, here's Lopez. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Batum passes to George. He kicks to Ibaka. 6 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Torrey Craig comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. And then for Los Angeles, Marcus Morris is checked in for Leonard. Reggie Jackson comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Outside Williams. Outside Batum. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. It could go. Doesn't go that time. And so it's Milwaukee. Their lead at 11. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And he might not get all the attention, but you talk about smooth scoring win. And that'll do.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Basketball 101. You've got to put a body on him. Unfortunately, that's a fundamental that's gone by the wayside.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the one spot. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Strength, body control, and focus. Kawhi showing it all right there.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And, you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line. And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. That still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team.
Giannis dishes to Lopez, and the dunk by Lopez.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
Leonard finds Batum. And here's George for three. Rebound, Milwaukee. Giannis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboards.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
Lopez passes to Holiday. Back to Lopez. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story, inconsistent with his offense.
Back to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. George against DiVincenzo. From deep. Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks' lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Leonard.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And it's Lopez penetrating. DiVincenzo kicks to Giannis. Back to DiVincenzo. And so Milwaukee again turning it over.
Off on the timing, or it may have been a miscommunication. Either way, turnover.
And the Bucks making a change here. Augustine's checked in. And then for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Luke Kennard in for Nicholas Batum.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Augustine dishes to Antetokounmpo. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. That's a 2 from Kennard. Tips it up. Goes up again. George passes to Beverly. George looking over the floor. Pass to Zubac. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. For Milwaukee, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break.
At the point guard position, Patrick Beverly is a great shot blocker.
George dishes to Leonard. Back to George. Passes to Leonard. A three-pointer, no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And Augustine kicks to Antetokounmpo. He feeds it to Lopez. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 assists now tonight. The pass to Leonard. From deep. Rebound by Brook Lopez. Lopez has got 4 rebounds now tonight. The kick out to Holiday. Down low. Zubac against Lopez. Middleton on the wing. Back to Antetokounmpo. Releases from 15, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Clippers have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. And then George with the jam.
Letting it all hang out. When George takes flight, just enjoy the show.
Bucks have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements. Giannis inside. Leonard's there. Here's Middleton. Here's Lopez. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist from Lopez. Giannis has got 8 points.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
Now George and Kennard wide open. He shoots. A three-pointer is right on target. Kennard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. They've got Dante DiVincenzo, and it's Portis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Here's Connaughton, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Pass to Batum, 3-pointer. No good that time, and Milwaukee will come the other way. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Here's Portis, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
4th quarter still young, just over a minute play. Got a hand on it.
Great size by Bobby Portis. Would love to see him block more shots, but he got all of that one.
Outside Jackson. Back to Morris. High post, Zubac. A 3-ball. Morris, no good. Milwaukee in the lead. DiVincenzo kicks to Forbes. Pass to Craig. Back to Forbes. It's stolen by Morris. Now here's Batum. Not a lot of room. Misses from close range. And it's the Bucks on the break. The shot's good from Forbes. Forbes has got his first basket of the night.
What I love about Forbes, he's smart. He's going to put himself in the best position to succeed.
Williams passes to Zubac. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Bucks leading by 4. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Back to Forbes. Passes it to Craig. Inside. Here's Portis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
To the paint. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Portis. There's the pass to Craig. Here's Connaughton. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. And Portis throws it down.
This is what they want to see. Portis finishing strong inside, making his presence felt.
Clippers trail by 6. Feeds it to Morris. And the drought. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams.
Yeah, important points from Morris. And when he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
Connaughton kicks to Forbes. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Craig, defended by Batum. Batum brings the double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's the Bucks now. Shot clock at 5. Here's Forbes, and the rejection by Jackson. On the wing, Morris. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Forbes the pass to Portis. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Clippers trail by 4. Now the dish to Jackson. Back to Zubats. And the dunk by Zubats.
And if you're the defender, you have to respect the ability of Jackson to finish. That opens things up for the assist.
DiVincenzo against Zubats. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Zubats. There's 37 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Jackson kicks to Morris. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Back to DiVincenzo. Inside. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Here's Portis. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. And again, the Bucks miss. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. Just 2 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve.
Wes Unseld. But even the pink diamonds are scary good, with cards like Dr. J, Joe Dumars, Allen Iverson, and more. And if you complete the entire All-Star Spotlight Sim, you'll be rewarded with Galaxy.
And as things...
Hey, Kevin,
There's been a transformation here in L.A. There is no doubt about that. D.A., thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Harden. Durant is out there with Jordan. Then there's Irving. And it's Harris in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Batum in at the four-man position. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Off target with his three. And Joe Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. And George kicks to Ibaka. Back to George. And Durant sends it back. Here's Harden. He doesn't hit that one. And the Clippers will come the other way. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, lots of sloppy play in that one. Several key miscues. They just couldn't overcome the mistakes.
Well, you know, you got to take care of the basketball. Hopefully, they learn from that game and are better going forward.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard. Well, we all know, Clark, the travel in the NBA is just exhausting. It's just incredible how many miles these teams rack up.
Kevin, I tell you, some of the old-timers would say, hey, they travel in charter planes today and 5-star hotels. They haven't seen anything as far as rough travel. But you're right, it takes a toll. But players are well accustomed to navigating the cadence and rhythm of traveling and still being ready to play.
Now here's Leonard. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Outside for George. Leonard looking around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They shoot again. And Durant sends it back.
That extraordinary reach combined with good timing makes Durant a real threat as a shot blocker.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Now, here is Harden. Really played well against Houston in his last outing. Jordan, another shot. He lays it in.
Well, I like how Jordan embraces his role on this team. I mean, it's all about rebounding and putbacks for him at the offensive end.
Beverley against Harden. Beverley the pass to George. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
And he gets it to go.
And one of the things about Harden is he is incredible at scoring despite getting hit. I mean, astonishing to me how he maintains his focus on these shots.
Now here's Beverley. 17 points for him last game against Washington.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively also doing a great job. A couple blocks in that game as well. The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And the jam by Harden.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Leonard against Harris. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Now here's Harden. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over. Whoa, that was a strong dunk.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Here's George. Brooklyn with the rebound. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Well, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's exactly what they showed last game.
Here's Leonard. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Harden against Beverly. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Harden's got 8 points.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half. Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for Brooklyn. 6-point lead. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And then Durant with the dunk.
Well, I love the speed that Durant has. I mean, fantastic at slashing into the paint and scoring right at the rim. That length of stride of his and his speed, lethal combination.
Here's Leonard, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
And here's Harden for 3, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Brooklyn, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. The defense. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Griffin is out there with Green, and it's Tyler Johnson. Then there's Brown, and it's Robertson in at the 2. Johnson right side.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Williams looking over the floor. Morris outside. Back to Williams. Fires the 3. The shot off that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Pass to Griffin. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And that speed and athleticism of Griffin, a lethal combination when he's on the break.
Outside Williams. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Los Angeles with another miss. Nets leading by 8. Griffin inside, working on Zubac. The pass to Robertson. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. The Clippers have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Williams up on top. He's coming off a 16-point game against Washington. Over Johnson. A shot by Williams, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And here's Griffin. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Nets, Irving's checked in for Andre Robertson. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Johnson.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Pass to Kennard. He kicks it to Williams. Zubac against Griffin. Trying to end the drought. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Zubac.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Irving looking over the floor. 11 feet away. The putback. It's good on the putback. Griffin's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
Morris outside. Williams inside. Here's Zubac. That one doesn't go. Griffin with some nice D. Here's Irving. Again, Irving missing.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Here's Irving on the money from 12 feet away. Irving's got his first 2 points.
You know, I like Irving's creativity, but also his discipline offensively. He'll take whatever's available.
Got a piece of it. Williams passes to Zubac. Kennard kicks to Morris. And Brown over to help. And the wide open shot from Morris. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Morris has got his second bucket of the night.
And dangerous in that catch and shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
Here's Llewellyn. He's guarded by Williams. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
And that concludes the first half. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 8 points, and with Durant, and that'll do it for.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Knifing through the defense like warm butter on a biscuit. Irving knows how to get to the rim.
Leonard on the wing. Lays it up and banks it in. Leonard's got 14.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. That one falls.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Irving passes to Durant. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And now a 10-point Nets lead.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Beverly dishes to George. On the wing, George. Over Irving. Misses off the right iron. Brooklyn leading by 10. To the middle. Here's KD. And then Durant with the dunk.
Well, that's par for Durant. I mean, that's what he gives you, the ability to score at all 3 levels.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played.
And, you know, he's going to take that shot every time. The defense has to respect him from the mid-range.
For Brooklyn, they've gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. And KD, here we go. Jordan finds Durant. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
You know, this is where Harris is most dangerous, one of the very best from behind the arc. His eyes light up when he gets these long-distance chances.
Here's George. And that one off the back of the rim and in. George has got 9 points.
And, you know, we've seen a much different version of him in this half, guys. He's been sharper, more focused, and more assertive.
Irving, good.
How many different ways can Kyrie Irving beat his man? I mean, his array of moves is endless.
George up top. He's covered by Irving, and Ibaka kicks to George. Ibaka, and Ibaka is right there. Ibaka's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Here's KD. Almost, but it rolls out.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Now, here is George. 43 seconds left here in the third quarter. And the dunk by Jordan.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
George looking over the floor. Over Robertson. Rebound, Brooklyn. Griffin's got 5 rebounds tonight. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets riding a 15-point lead. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Green is out there with Brown. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Harden in at the point guard position.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Harden outside. And the jam by Harden.
Now, you can't sleep on this guy's finishing ability. He loves getting room to throw it down on you. And he'll put you in a poster if you let him.
Outside, George. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Shoots over Shamet. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And when you have a big man like Ibaka who has the athleticism to get to the ball and convert on the putback like that, that's a luxury.
The three from Harden. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Harden against Williams. George, that's a two-pointer. They get the rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Harden with it. And the jam by Harden.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
Clippers trail by 18. Outside, George looking to end his cold spell, and that's 2 points on the layup. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Harden against Williams. And the basket by Harden.
Man, it's fun watching Harden use the pick and roll to his advantage, getting space off the screen and letting it fly with ease.
Outside, George. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the one pick or the second pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Ibaka. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Morris, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. In the corner, George with it. Over Irving, and stolen by Jordan. On the wing, Irving, defended by George. And now the fast break, George with the ball. The three from Leonard. The rebound by Harden. Nets leading by 15. Irving for three. Outside for KD. Passes it to Harden. From deep three-point range. And the Nets miss again.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Brooklyn.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first two games against this team, which equaled to 2 wins.
If it ain't broke, why fix it? I mean, why change anything? Knowing how well they played in those 2 games, they probably couldn't wait for this one to wrap up the sweep of the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for KD.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Boy, the high-flying acrobatics of George, something to behold. When he leaves the ground for these alley-oops, you drop your jaw in awe.
Sinks the three-pointer.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier, before the game was out of reach.
And that one's good, Irving.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And here's George for three. Can't get it to fall. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our 2K Sports for another edition of NBA Basketball. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Jordan. Landry Shamet is out there with Harden. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Griffin in at the 4. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. Kicks it out to Giannis. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
If you go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships, you know, that tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
That one drops for him.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. A 26-point game for him in the win against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Lopez left side. Back to Antetokounmpo. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
So hard to stop down low. Giannis gets around the basket, and it feels like within 8 feet he's going to dunk just about anything.
Harden up top. 29 points for him last game against Houston. That one goes. Count it.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's been an incredibly difficult matchup for all of their opponents, averaging 29 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, easy call.
The Bucks shooting their first free throws here for the night. First free throw is good. So he gets them both. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Now, here is Harden. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Holiday against Harden. Shot from the low block. And Giannis with a nice bucket inside. Giannis has got his second basket of the game.
Well, playmaking and scoring, that's what Giannis is up to here tonight.
And as much as Holiday brings to your offense, it's his defense that's repeatedly recognized.
Well, when you make all NBA defensive teams and you're smart and strong and quick like Drew Holiday is, I think not only does the reputation start to build, but your confidence in disrupting somebody else by playing that way is something you rely on.
DiVincenzo passes to Antetokounmpo. Oh, here we go with Griffin. Nobody back there. And Griffin slams it in.
Now, Griffin good at timing when it is that he leaks out a huge target on the fast break.
Bucks trail by 4. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. The kick out to Holiday. Jordan with the rebound.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
Griffin dishes to Jordan. Harden has a wide open look. Misses the 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
DiVincenzo can't hit it.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Goes back up. Here's Jordan. Good D by Lopez. There's 1:26 left to play in the first quarter. DiVincenzo finds Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Sometimes it takes a while for all that length in Giannis to catch up to those feet, but once he does, man, he can explode.
It's Harden with the drive. Passes it to Griffin. They double-team Griffin. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Fast break, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo running. The shot by Middleton, wide open. A miss that time would have put him up.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Harris inside, guarded by Holiday. A nice shot by Jordan.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Holiday against Harden. Kicks it down to Middleton. Pass to Lopez. 5 on the clock. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
Well, Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
It's Harden with the drive, and Harden with the stuff.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Right side, out of Antetokounmpo. Lopez finds Middleton. Back to Lopez. James Harden getting it done for Brooklyn. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points. This is what Giannis Antetokounmpo recently told us when he...
For me personally,
And for Giannis, Greg, the consistency from range has been a focal point.
The more accurate he is from outside, the wider the driving lanes become, making him nearly impossible to stop.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Shutting the floor for the Nets. Durant is out there with Luwawu. Then there's Green. Then there's Irving. And it's Brown in at the 2. Here's Irving. Off with the layup.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
And so Green will bring it up for Brooklyn. 4-point game. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, watching that game quarter to quarter, they sped up, they slowed down, but they executed in every facet.
Irving with the ball. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Houston.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
Augustine passes to Portis. Irving against Augustine. Back to Portis. And the pass to Craig. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Irving. Great D that time from Portis.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Augustine kicks to Forbes. And this is the time of year when teams can start to lose their focus just a little bit. How tough is it, do you think, to stay motivated at this stage of a long season?
Well, teams who have big aspirations, Kevin, aren't suffering through any of this. The other teams that are trying to be acutely aware of the potential of their team are watching their players very intently as to whether their focus can be maintained during the next 2 to 3 weeks of this season.
The Bucks trail. Pass to Connaughton. The Bucks working the ball around. Here is Forbes, covered by Irving. It's stolen by Brown. In transition, here come the Nets. Deflects the pass, and stolen by Portis. Here's Craig. Kicks to Forbes. Passes to Craig. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
To the inside, it's Solomon to Kumbo. Craig passes to DiVincenzo. Pass to Craig. The dish now to Giannis. And Giannis throws it down.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
The Nets have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. And here's Irving. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score.
Now get that out of there. That's all timing right there. Drew Holiday continuing hustle play.
Powered down as the whistle blows. A three-point play chance.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
The Nets making a switch here. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Durant. Joe Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. James Harden, he's checked in for Brown. And it's Johnson in for Irving. Claxton with the bucket.
I just really like how Tyler distributes the basketball, skilled at quickly getting the ball over to the open man.
The pass to DiVincenzo. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. DiVincenzo's got the lead back up to 4 now for Milwaukee. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9, and he makes that one.
And a staple of Harden's attack. Sometimes it seems he's better finishing through contact on the drop.
Antetokounmpo passes to Craig. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. Now Johnson. Harris bounce pass with 2 seconds left. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been... Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much danger. And that...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
What a jam!
Wow, fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Holiday, the pass to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Harden against DiVincenzo. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. The lead is 2. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Harden. Again, the miss by Harden.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
Griffin attacking. He gets that one.
Yeah, Griffin is very efficient when he's driving to the hole. Masterful at fending off defenders, too.
Holiday with it. He's picked up by Jordan. And they pick up 2. Lopez has got the lead up to 4 now for the Bucks.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Well, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. Here is Forbes. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Well, excellent job, KD, timing the contest there and using his length to bother the shot.
Harden against Augustine. Harden kicks to Durant. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Bucks have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Augustine against Harden. Augustine, no luck. The net shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Jordan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, good luck stopping DeAndre Jordan with a full head of steam, just a couple of steps. And that skill and size, something good's going to happen from a play like that.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. Lopez outside. And Lopez throws it down.
Hard to deal with Brook Lopez and that kind of size, especially when he's forcing the issue like this here and going strong.
Harden outside. Holiday with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. Chris Middleton's checked in for Bryn Forbes. Green, he's checked in for the Nets. Brown comes in for Landry Shamet. Third quarter of basketball here and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. The Bucks have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Back to Holiday. Pass to Connaughton. Here's Portis. Stolen by Harden. In transition, here come the Nets. Brown's got the ball, and it's Green with the jam.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Holiday surveying the floor. That shot off the mark. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Holiday against Harden. Ripped away. And even 3-on-3 break. Portis against Green. Stolen by Harden. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's KD. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant one there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Portis, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Pat Connaughton. The Nets also changing it up. Blake Griffin comes in for DeAndre Jordan, and Irving subbed in for James Harden. And the basket is good. DiVincenzo's got 9.
they didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Outside Irving. Shoots from the baseline, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Irving's got the lead up to 6 now for Brooklyn.
Yeah, I feel like he uses the dribble to set up his rhythm for the mid-range shots like that one. Kyrie knocks another in.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
The defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's the Nets. They're up by 4. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Luwawu is out there with Landry Shamet. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Green. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot. And Harden with the stuff.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Outside, Antetokounmpo feeds it to Lopez. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Timeout.
Jeff Green picks one up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Timeout called, the Nets. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for James Harden. Baseline try, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And the Nets lead by 6.
Pure shooting form shown by Kyrie on that one. Lets the ball just roll off the fingertips.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Back to Lopez. Middleton against Brown. Just 5 to shoot. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. Lopez, no luck. Nets leading by 6. Pass to Green. Back to Griffin. Irving looking for an opening.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
DiVincenzo finds Lopez. And here's Middleton. A floater. Green with the rebound. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Here's Brown. Makes it off the glass. Brown's got his first bucket of the night.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
Down low. Here's Antetokounmpo. Kicks it down to Middleton. Rebound, Brooklyn. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The pass break chance. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Outside Irving. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
From deep. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got 4 rebounds in this game. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Drew Holiday.
Fundamental play there from Lopez, spotting the open man and then sending him the ball.
Here's Irving. Lopez with the block. DiVincenzo finds Giannis. 4 for 5 with that first miss in 5 attempts from the floor. Tipped away. Stolen by Middleton. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Antetokounmpo. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
So exciting to see the growth of the Greek Freak. There are shots that stars sink, and that's a momentum changer right there.
Holiday against Irving. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That'll be his second foul of the game. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Green. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Harris is checked in for Bruce Brown. And it's James Harden in for Landry Shamet. Harden against Holiday. Harden gets the bucket.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating.
Big-time shot from young Giannis there. He feels more and more comfortable in these big moments.
Plenty of drama in this one so far.
Yeah, don't be surprised if it isn't decided until the final buzzer.
Back to Irving. Up top, Durant. Clock at 6. Irving finds Durant. Stolen by Holiday.
No time to waste on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
Good.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
The drive by KD. Money.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Back to Irving. Back to Harris. The tray. It falls.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom because that...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it. the Staples Center, downtown Los Angeles, and the freeways of LA, all painting the picture just where we are tonight. Greetings up. Hey, Dave.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2. Now here is Ibaka. George with no one around. Offensive rebound. Shots good by Ibaka.
I have always loved the intensity with which Serge Ibaka plays, especially on the glass. He understands how to use his length.
Giannis against Batum. Lopez outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. Trying to get open is Lopez. Doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Batum. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
But Kawhi Leonard is 230 pounds of nothing but pure strength. What a finish at the rim.
Giannis passes to Holiday. Back to Giannis. Now for the teams that are clearly rebuilding, should they simply play the young guns, Greg, no matter what, or should they make them earn their minutes?
Kev, I don't know that there's a right answer to that. I think it's really about the personnel and the personalities of the guys on that roster. And really, the front office should play a big role in that as well. But it's a hard call. You got to believe enough in those young guys to say, hey, that's our future. We're going in that direction. But you still got to also take care of your veteran guys who are kind of setting the table for your future.
Here's George following the bucket by the Bucks. Leonard on the wing. 2 on the clock. And Chris Middleton pulls it down.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Lopez. And he banks in the layup.
Well, Lopez so comfortable down inside. This is where he makes his living, Kevin.
To the paint, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. A moment now to check out some numbers for Paul George.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here's Giannis. Paul George making his last shot. And it's Lopez at the elbow. To the middle. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Well, that leadership from Lopez, wanting to get his guys involved with his passing ability.
George with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. And George kicks to Beverley. No good with the triple. And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Brook Lopez.
Well, to me, Paul George exemplifies what a leader should be. This guy does not look for his personal stats. He just wants to make the guys around him better.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Jackson, he's checked in for George. The Clippers in the lead. Outside Williams. To the inside, Zubats. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Boy, Lou Williams with the vision. Pretty pass.
There's 1:26 left in the first. 3 on none. There's no one back. And Morris throws it down.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Augustine against Williams. Portis can't hit that one. Good work defensively by Morris. Los Angeles leading by 6. Here's Jackson. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And boy, are they attacking the paint.
The Clippers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Here's Augustine, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Williams looking around. Passes it to Kennard. 6 to shoot. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's Connaughton missing. So for Milwaukee, their last game, a win against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Jackson kicks to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Kennard on the wing. Zubac trying to break loose. And that's good. Luke Kennard for 3.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 10-point lead. Some free. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs, and credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, they've got Portis, and it's Forbes in at the shooting guard. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Milwaukee. On Thursday, the New York Knicks coming to town, tipping off a homestand for them. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Washington Wizards.
And for the matchup with the Sixers, it's always interesting for top teams to see how they compare to the best in the East. This will be a chance to see just what this group is made of.
Williams dishes to Morris. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Knocked loose. Inside, Leonard. Here's Zubac. Outside for Jackson. Here's Antetokounmpo. Finished off the break. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Williams against Holiday. That one off the back iron and out.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Portis, the pass to Middleton. Outside Holiday. Pass to Connaughton. 5 to shoot. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. The players you see here contribute as much on D as they do at the other end of the court. A list of the steal leaders among point guards. Second, Drew Holiday.
And with these guys, they are always going to give you an equally outstanding effort at both ends of the floor. I mean, it takes very aggressive defense to put up steal numbers like that.
You know, I think that's the mentality they have when it comes to defending, aggressive. They don't let up for one single second at that end of the floor, and they're always looking to cause you discomfort.
We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back to how about Kobe going to the Lakers, McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Middleton can't get it to go. And even 3-on-3 break. Leonard with the ball. Out guarded by Giannis. Middleton against Batum. Antetokounmpo passes to Middleton. DiVincenzo kicks to Middleton. Back to DiVincenzo. To the inside. It's deflected, and they get it back. Offensive rebound.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
It's deflected. Beverly dishes to Leonard. Outside Batum, and stolen by DiVincenzo. Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. A minute 42 left to play in the first half. Beverly against Middleton. Here's Lopez, and the rejection by Leonard.
Well, tremendous intimidation and shot blocking by Kawhi Leonard. How nice is that?
Lopez passes to DiVincenzo. And now the Clippers on the break. Leonard with the ball. Pass to Batum. That one's off. Still out of sync. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Milwaukee. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi. Well, Paul George routinely making these difficult shots look easy. He's showing how dominant he truly is.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. It's Middleton at the elbow. Lopez dishes to Giannis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I mean, just way too many turnovers in that one. If you can't protect the ball, you can't expect to win.
That's exactly right. Miscues drive a coach crazy. You're giving them more opportunities than you're giving yourself, and that's always problematic.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Boy, what is more fear-invoking than Kawhi off the bounce near the cup? Look out.
Leonard with the steal. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game. 11 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's George. That one wide left.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the... And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George inviting historic comparisons. And that should...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
They've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Beverly in at the 1. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Los Angeles leading by 4. Leonard finds Batum. From outside, off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Now the pass to Beverly. On the wing, George. Back to Beverly. Outside, George. 6 on the shot clock. Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Portis is checked in. Now DiVincenzo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. For the tie. That one no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Leonard. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Middleton right side. DiVincenzo against George. DiVincenzo passes to Portis. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's George, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Drew Holiday. And the Clippers miss again.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working. I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Outside Jackson. Right side Williams. Here's Morris. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it. Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup, nicely done.
Williams kicks to Leonard. 1:24 left in the third quarter. Passes to Zubac. The kick out to Williams. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. But they'll get another chance. Back to Morris. High post, Zubac. Here's Leonard. Out to Morris. Second chance shot. No good from Zubac. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. The game now all-time. Forbes has got his first 2 points of the night. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
In the corner, it's Morris. Leonard inside. Portis brings the double team. Pass to Leonard. This one for 3. The kick out to Williams. And another shot. Count the basket. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Now, this is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Augustine passes to Portis. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Leonard with no one around. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. The Clippers on top. They lead by a bucket. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the pivot spot manning the middle.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
And Ibaka is right there. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Well, not sure who was responsible for the blockout, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
DiVincenzo. It's hauled in by Beverly. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Lopez against George. Yep, that one goes in there.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Here's DiVincenzo. Powered down with both hands.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
DiVincenzo against Kennard. Shot clock at 5. Back to George. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Bucks trail by 4. And they double up on Antetokounmpo. Feeds it to Middleton. Dishes it to Lopez. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Giannis passes to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
Well, one aspect that makes Lopez dangerous, his size at 7 foot. He doesn't have to go far to slam it home.
Left side, George. Fires, high post. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
In the mid-range. Rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Leonard with the steal. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Outside for Batum. Here's Ibaka from deep. George. That one, no good. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Here's Holiday. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
With experience, skill, and ability, Holiday makes for the perfect go-to scoring option.
Leonard looking over the floor. Pass to Batum. Lopez with the steal. One-on-one fast break. There's the feed to Antetokounmpo. There's the dish to Lopez. A beautiful reverse layup. Now just a 2-point Clipper lead.
You can see why they go to Brook Lopez, his calming presence to deliver in the clutch.
Up top, Leonard, defended by DiVincenzo. And it's Leonard missing. Bucks have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Here's Holiday. He nails it, and we're tied up.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
Beverly with the ball. The pass to George. A three-pointer off the mark. Bucks have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7. And it's sent back by Leonard. George dishes to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Batum finds George. Los Angeles with another miss. Giannis drives in to take the lead. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
The three from George. That doesn't go either for George. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Bucks. Offensive rebound. Count it!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
Leonard against Middleton. Leonard the pass to George. Buries the triple.
Timeout. Loves delivering when the game is on the line at his absolute best.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're down by 1. 5 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
And this is it, guys. Down 1. They've got just enough time to work it around for a good shot, and it better be a good shot because it's the only shot they have. And a big-time playmaker, when the game is up for grabs, give the rock to Giannis. Ice in the veins right there. They're one stop away from winning this thing.
And the Clippers call time here. They trail by 2. 3 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And they actually could take a 3 here and go for the win if they want to. I think they'll try and send it to overtime. The defenders don't want to foul in this situation, so you should be able to get a good look inside.
And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Williams. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. Rocket 2. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Antetokounmpo against Batum. Basket counts. Giannis has got the lead up to 2 now for the Bucks.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Back to Williams. Takes a 3. The Clippers keep it alive.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Antetokounmpo banked in off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Bucks lead.
And how about the effort? You didn't think a little contact would prevent Giannis from scoring, did you?
Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Back to Leonard. And there's Paul George on the assist from Leonard. George has got 19 points.
Wow. How about Paul George commanding the basketball when his team needs a basket? Go to work, sir.
Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
George from deep three-point land. The long-distance 3 is buried. George has got 5 points now in the quarter. Bucks have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop so far in overtime. Holiday dishes to Antetokounmpo. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Baca comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
And stolen by DiVincenzo. Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's Giannis. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And George, here we go. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You got to love the penetration by Paul George. He's really quick on his feet, and the defense cannot handle him right now.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. You talk about clutch, this guy is it.
Batum against Giannis. He dishes it to Middleton. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Giannis. Rebound by the Clippers. And now the Clippers on the break. A shot by Batum, no good. Here's Milwaukee now. 3-point lead. Outside Holiday. Back to Lopez. Yes!
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Ibaka. It counts!
Well, you've simply got to keep Ibaka off the glass. When you don't, he is there to clean up the mess.
Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. And they had some... Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
for the land of the free.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA. DA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
DA, he is dangerous in both facets. He's hard to stop. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the five. And for Brooklyn, we've got Durant. Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the center. George trains it from 9 feet away. Greg, the two words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
Well, you bring up some great points. How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Now here's Leonard. He's coming off a 22-point game against Washington, and Ibaka is right there.
I have always loved the intensity with which Serge Ibaka plays, especially on the glass. He understands how to use his length.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Leonard finds George. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Jordan inside, defended by Ibaka. It's good.
What about the intensity? Go ahead, Mr. Jordan. We see you working out there.
George looking over the floor. Shot on the wing, and a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. George has got 6.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
It's Harden with the drive.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Irving against George from the line. And it's Durant with the rebound.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, that's about as high percentage as it gets for DJ. Go to work, big man.
Leonard the pass to George. Down low, here's Ibaka, and stolen by Jordan. In transition, here come the Nets. Irving's got the ball. Took him no time at all on that one.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
High post try. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. He's got 8.
Strong start here early. 4 of his first 5 made.
Here's Harden, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
George against Irving. 17-foot shot on the way. George, no good. Brooklyn leading by 3. And it's Durant missing.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Shoots the 3. The Clippers rebound. Back to George. Shot clock at 6. Here's Leonard. Tries yet again. Pass to Beverley. Lets the 3 fly. It doesn't go for him. The Nets go the other way with it, coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Well, I'm sure they're still enjoying that one. You love going into a tough building, tough place to play, and shooting the lights out. Nothing like silencing the crowd.
And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. And it's Irving missing. Clippers trail by 5. Outside Leonard. Outside George. Outside Leonard. Right side George.
Wow, what a credit to DeAndre Jordan. Just tremendous defense. Uses his length.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Nets out in front. They finish off the first quarter on a 12-4.
Old school basketball. Yeah.
Well, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been there. They are getting hammered on second chance opportunities.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Jackson is out there with Lou Williams. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4. Here's Williams. Nails the baby hook. Williams has got his first basket of the night.
Well, small frame, but big game. Lou Williams in the paint.
Here's Irving, and he banks in the layup. Irving's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Nets.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Williams kicks to Morris. Kept alive, Jackson. Zubac the pass to Kennard. Off the left rim and out.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Williams kicks to Morris. Jordan against Zubac. Back to Morris. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Jackson passes to Williams, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And these are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA, showing you the top shooting teams in the league. That's the name of the game, putting the ball in the basket. Number 1, the Nets.
Just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Irving. Up top, Brown, guarded by Jackson. And it's Brown missing. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. 9-point game. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
6 on the shot clock. Kennard kicks to Williams. And the 3 off target. Nets leading by 9.
You think about Lou Williams and finding his way and finding himself with the Los Angeles Clippers. He's played for a 5th of the teams in the league. He always felt overlooked, underappreciated, but certainly he's found his niche here.
And there's the pass to Zubac. Here's Jackson. Zubac trying to break loose. Off the mark, and the drought continues. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Brown down low. Kennard covering. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And how about we check the numbers for Paul George?
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back. No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And Green slams it in.
And you really can't forget about Green's speed. So effective on the drive.
Well, Doris, in the past, some regarded Lou Williams as a lackluster defender. Didn't want to lift weights. You know, had kind of an interesting reputation. He bounced around the league, as we know, quite a bit. He's played for a lot of different teams.
Right. I mean, think about his early association with Allen Iverson, the great Allen Iverson. He's succeeded on his own terms, right? Both of them comfortable in their own skin, able to do some amazing things on the court.
James Harden. He's checked in for Landry Shamet. And Griffin stays with it. Griffin's got his first points of the night.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
George passes to Ibaka. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Ibaka's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
It's Harden with the drives and Harden with the stuff.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Here's Leonard. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
Harden with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. From 11 feet away, another miss by Harden.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's one he normally converts.
Clippers trail by 13. That's good for George on the assist by Beverly. George has got 10 points.
Well, Paul George routinely making these difficult shots look easy. He's showing how dominant he truly is. Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
And the first half is now in the books. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated. And as great as James Harden has been, his game has attracted its share of critics. And that's all we have.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Paul George really making a difference here.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
We've got Brown. Tyler Johnson is out there with Andre Robertson. Then there's Griffin, and it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. So that's the Nets 5. Here's Robertson, and it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Outside, George. Over Robertson. George, no good. Nets leading by 9. Claxton, no good.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3 ball.
I see him. Johnson against George. Johnson inside. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Johnson's got his first bucket of the night. Outside, George. Pass to Beverly. Back to George. That 3 off the mark.
Only 20% shooting in this quarter. They need to settle down and relax a little bit here.
Here's Robertson. No good from outside.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Here's Williams, and the slam by Williams.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
Pass to Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Passes it to Morris. Back to Williams. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Double team on Williams. Morris right side. Nice shot from the wing. Morris has got his first points in this one.
Well, just so good at taking advantage of the mid-range. Marcus Morris feels comfortable in that area.
And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. Leonard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Paul George comes in for Jackson. KD drives in. The shot's good. Durant's got his second bucket of the night. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue, and quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting, you know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us. Went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV someday. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about. I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
And there's the call on Lou Williams. That'll be his second foul of the game. Brooklyn shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Well, how about the 2008 NBA draft? DeAndre Jordan becomes the 35th pick and becomes an all-star for the first time in 2017. Boy, really an example of what can happen when you put the work in.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Brooklyn. Leonard with the ball. Picked up by Harris. And stolen by Harris. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 4 this quarter.
Well, we're talking about a multi-time winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Huge hands, creates lots of turnovers.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And it's George missing. Nets leading by 13. Here's KD. And then Durant with the jam.
Well, Kyrie Irving has such a good sense of when his teammates are going to create an opportunity, and he puts the pass on time and on target.
George against Irving. And he gets the bucket.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his way.
Shamet up top. He's guarded by Williams. Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
The Nets have shot just 1 free throw, missing that one earlier.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Now here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And George kicks to Leonard. George with no one around. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in command with a 16-point. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint. To the middle, here's George. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And that's 18 points for George.
And when Paul George has this kind of rhythm and pace to his game, you simply want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Griffin. That one misses. Great D that time from Batum. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 14. Batum passes to Ibaka. From deep, George nailed from three-point land. George has got 11 in the second half. Harden scanning the floor. And Harden with the stop.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
George against Brown. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from George.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Harris is checked in for Luwawu. Stolen by Beverley. Leonard against Harris.
Hey, yo, right here.
And George kicks to Leonard. Back to George from outside the arc. Rebound, Brooklyn. At one point, they led by 16. The pass to Brown. Out to Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Harden against Beverley. 5 on the clock. Brown dishes to Griffin. Shoots over Leonard. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Right now, we're seeing more athletes willing to talk about mental challenges, be it depression or anxiety. And you know, Doris, the NBA is no exception. How encouraging do you find that?
Well, I think that whether NBA players or professional athletes in any sport know it or not, they are looked to as examples, as role models. And so I think everybody wins in this situation, Kevin. The players, the fans themselves, many of whom are dealing with the similar challenges. So, listen, life is not easy. Wherever you can get help, go and take it. I love this initiative from the NBA.
Harden outside. And he goes right over Serge Ibaka and slams it down.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Harden against Beverley. On the wing, George. Offline with his 3.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way, because hoisting from 3 is not the answer.
They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Ibaka. Beverley, the pass to Batum. And stolen by Jordan. And here's Harden. The kick out to Irving. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Batum scanning the floor. Outside Leonard. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Leonard's got it back down to within single digits for Los Angeles. Harden against Beverley. Here's Harden on the wing. Over Beverley. Harden's shot is good. And the Nets lead by 11.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Nets.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equal to 2 wins.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jordan.
Boy, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it.
Back to George. 6 to shoot. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Stolen by Durant. From deep three-point range, they get it again. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.